Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Who
Sister,
else from Singapore?
Sister Great Hua.
Sư Phụ Trí Sáng.
Hello.
He's our monitor for our Tuesday English study class.
Okay, good. Yeah, we have new members. Oh, okay. So now Singapore and Philippines combined?
No, separate. Ours is on Tuesday. 15 is on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I can see Amir. All right. When will you share the article?
Okay.
Or yeah. So first of all, we read through once. Yeah. And I believe you all can be volunteer, take turn, each person one paragraph.
Yes.
May I start, Sư Phụ?
See. Yes, please. Thank you.
One is many. Within the realm of non-obstruction between phenomena, one of the four Dharma realms taught in the Avatamsaka Sutra, there are no obstructions within principles and phenomena, self and other, or one and many. From the Huayan perspective, one is not necessarily less, and neither is a billion many. One is one, but can also be considered many. Many are many, but can also be considered as one. One and many are non-dualistic. Hence, one is many, many are one.
Thank you. Next, please.
Let's call the next one. Odds.
Cheryl C, please.
Take a piece of chalk as an example. When used to write on a classroom blackboard, it produces dust that drifts in all directions. Each speck of dust is so small, it is barely noticeable, but every blank originates from the piece of chalk, product of the laborious process of manufacturing and packaging before it is sold in stores. Therefore, a speck of dust is not merely one, but the combinations of many causes, conditions, and forces that brought it into being.
Okay, call another one, please. How about Lillian?
All right, thank you. Another example. I am here as one person in one classroom, situated in one college, and going further, located in one Taiwan, on one earth, in one emptiness. And yet, if one speck of dust were to be compared to one emptiness, which would be greater? What is the definition of great and small? Is one many, or is many many? Next, I would like to call Luisa.
In this way, a speck of dust can contain a trichiliocosm, illustrating the concept of one is many. Likewise, a trichiliocosm can also be considered as one, yet neither decreasing in amount nor size. Hence, the perspective of the universe and life in Mahayana Buddhism differs from what most people know and observe with a discriminating mind. Okay. Next one. Maybe what up, Betty? Betty? Hello, Betty.
She's
Please continue.
Dichotomous. I don't know if this pronunciation is right. Dichotomous and discriminating views, self and other, large and small, superior and inferior, rich and poor, create discord, fear, and afflictions in this world. All this can be prevented by understanding the idea that there is me in you and you in me, and unifying the concept of one and many and many and less, self and other, and right and wrong. In this way, what reason is left for conflict or revenge? Everyone in this world is connected to each other. People come together when conditions arise and separate when conditions disperse. As conditions continuously arise and cease, there's no need to quarrel over right or wrong, good or evil. So the next one, may I call on Stephanie? Stephanie Tan?
Unmute first, Steph.
Okay,
Stephanie.
me? There's no other Stephanie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Buddhist practitioners should learn to see the entire trichiliocosm from a speck of dust. As the saying goes, the Buddha sees that a grain of rice is as enormous as Mount Sumeru. How can a grain of rice be compared to Mount Sumeru? However, from another perspective, a grain of rice comes from the vendor who sold it and the farmer who planted it. It took the combined effort of heaven and earth to make this grain of rice. Prior to this, the grain of rice was nourished by the earth and the sky, the sun and moon, sunshine and rainfall for irrigation. Heaven and earth have come together to produce this grain of rice. Hence, the combined causes and conditions of a grain of rice equals the might of Mount Sumeru.
Okay, call the next.
Amiel.
As such, small is said to be great, one is exactly many. Knowing this, there is no need to be discriminatory or opposed towards others. Embracing what is different allows one's heart to be magnanimous and widens one's horizons. Naturally, one's success will also be greater. Yes. Next, Sir Jerome.
Amitabha. The following phrase is found during the recitation of Wen Shu's report during a Dharma service. A mind that embraces the vast emptiness and a heart boundless as myriad worlds. Simply put, expand one's heart so that it eclipses the vast emptiness. By including the whole universe and all Dharma realms in one's heart, then it is as vast as the universe and all Dharma realms. Only by encompassing all can one's heart truly be boundless as myriad worlds. What's next? Is there anyone I haven't called, haven't went through yet? Maybe somebody want to just volunteer? Amitabha.
Yeah, I do it.
Yes, Amitabha.
Cultivation in humanistic Buddhism focuses not on the mystical, but on one's magnanimity and patience in dealing with people in everyday life. Can one understand that everything in this universe exists together because of causes and conditions, and therefore everything is interrelated? If so, then one must be thankful for the causes and conditions that make one who they are today. Do not waste causes and conditions. Cherish, seize, and create them for oneself and others. These are the essential practices of Buddhism.
Okay, thank you all. Erwin, could you please remain showing the article? So let's go through together again. Okay, first page. Okay, guys, I think this is quite confusing. One is many, many is one. So maybe you feel quite confusing about this, but don't worry, we learn together, right? So in which sutra does it talk about the thought of the four Dharma realm? Avatamsaka Sutra, right? Okay. In the thought of which period of Buddhism, the perspective of the universe and life differs from what most people know and observe with discriminating mind. Which period of Buddhism? Turn to next page, I think. Which period of Buddhism? Okay, guys, I believe you all learned about the different lineage of the Buddhism, right? Okay, how many lineage or school of thought that you learned, or what you know?
Three.
Anyone? 3. Okay.
There
What?
are 8 schools. There are 8 schools. The Huayan school, the Chan, Pure Land, what else?
Okay, this 8 school, they are from which lineage?
They are from the Mahayana
Yes,
branch
you're
of
right.
Buddhism.
Yes.
And I think that there's also the Theravada and
Vajrayana.
the Tibetan
Vajrayana.
Vajrayana or Tibetan Buddhism.
Yeah, main 3 main lineage, right? So this thought in this thought of the like the universe and life differs from what we know than others, yeah, and we observe within the discriminating mind from Mahayana Buddhism, yeah, from Mahayana Buddhism. All right, so is in page 186, yeah. Okay, yeah, can you see the 4th line, Mahayana Buddhism? Okay, so why shouldn't we quarrel over right or wrong, good or evil? Why? Because, yeah, further down. Okay, Erwin, let me share my screen. Thank you. It's easier for you. Thank you. Okay, are you all right? Can you see the article?
Yes.
All right. All right, let's continue. Okay, why shouldn't we quarrel over right or wrong, good or evil? Because
Everyone in this world is connected to each other.
yes, thank you. Because everyone in this world is connected to each other. Yeah. And people come together when the condition arise and separate when condition disperse. Right. So as these conditions keep arising, keep dispersing or choosing, so there is no need to quarrel over right or wrong, good or evil, right? So how shall we learn to see the entire trichirocosm? How?
From a speck of dust.
Yes, we learn from the Buddha seeing that a grain of rice is as enormous as Mount Sumeru. Yeah. All right. So Buddha looked at a grain of rice as big as the Mount Sumeru. And how big is the grain of rice? Where can I be compared to the Mount Sumeru? This is the answer. All right. Why it is so big? A grain of rice, the Buddha said, so big. Mount Sumeru, I believe all of you heard this before, right?
Yes.
As a very huge and in the cosmology of Buddhism, is very huge mountain. Yeah, consists of our different world and different realm. So why a grain of rice is as big as the Mount Sumeru? Because a grain of rice combined many causes and conditions. That is why. All right. And the article says small is said to be great. One is exactly many. How does this truth affect us? Is embracing what is different allow one's heart to be magnanimous and widen one's horizon. What does it mean? How true this affect us? Small is said the great, one is exactly many. Why? Let's talk about our heart. The acceptance of our to all the phenomenal. Yeah. All right. So what does it mean? A mind that embraces the vast emptiness and a heart boundless as myriad words. What does it mean?
It means expanding one's heart so that it eclipses the vast emptiness.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So this because we expand our heart so that it includes the vast emptiness, it includes the whole universe and all Dharma realms in our heart. That's why small is said to be great. One is exactly many. So a mind that embraces the vast emptiness, 心抱太虚, and a heart boundless as myriad words. 遍虚空法界. So this is how big our heart is and how success of our life. Wherever Master Xing Yun always remind us. Right. So next, the practice of Buddhism on the world does not focus on mystery, but on what?
On
Magnanimity and patience.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. In dealing with people in daily life, in everyday life, every moment. Right. We are not focused on mystery or any supernatural power or anything that we ask for because of our desire. Even though if we practice generosity, sometimes we with the hope that we will get anything in return or reward, right? Yeah. So that is not the case. So when we want to practice in daily life, we should focus in magnanimity and patience in dealing with people in everyday life. Yeah. So cultivation in our daily life. Okay. So what is the point of learning Buddhas to understand the existence of the relationship between the universe and each other, each of us? What is the point of learning Buddha's teaching?
So we learn how to be thankful to all causes and conditions that we are today and do not waste the causes conditions. Cherish, says, and create them for oneself and others. This is how we
Yes.
practice Buddhism.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Correct. Yeah. So we have go through this article, right? Next, shall we think? Yeah, and how can we apply? From this article, okay, what have you learned about one is many, many are one? Please share your experience or give us an example. What have you learned about one is many, many are one?
Herman, are you sharing something? You're muted.
Okay, sorry. Okay. What I'm trying to say is, for Kwangshan as an organization, is one organization, right? But then it has worldwide, it has 1,500 monastics, right? BRIA is one organization, but then worldwide, it has many members, millions of members, right? So one is many and many is one.
Thank you. Very well said. Thank you, Herman. Who else would like to share your will?
Sifu, can I share?
Yes, please. Jeremy.
Also, Jeremy. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Go ahead, sir. Okay.
John, you're next.
Yeah. I have the thinking about what I learned from Buddhism. But would this consider? It's a question I want to ask also in Master. If I considered myself, how I treat everyone, like my parents or my children, then all of them will be part of me. So that is considered one and many also for me. So if I treat them, how I treat them, that these are causes and conditions, of course. So I treat them like my mom and dad, right? I won't have that much of a discrimination. Although that is for me, it's a concept of discrimination myself, because you're basically treating everyone like your parents or somebody you know, your friends, like that, right? So is this considered discriminating?
Well, if you consider we are in one family,
yes,
one family, so
yes,
you don't have the discrimination because when we treat our own family, so-called close relationship or the blood type, we have blood type, so you will feel more compassion, maybe, lenient and somehow, so as one family. When
so
you
that's
treat,
how I think of one is as many also. So that's how I interpret
one
it.
family is the combination of including a few members, right?
Yes, but this is all members.
Yeah, all members. Thank you. If you treat your friends as maybe different circle, okay, one circle of friends, or you treat them as your sibling, because it's also quoted in a sutra or in advice from the enlightenment monk. Yeah. So they encourage or invite us to treat the women who are elder than us, treat them like our mother or elder sister or grandmother. Yeah. We treat the men who elder than us, treat them like grandfather, father, or elder brothers. When if they are younger, treat them like our younger brother or son, yeah, or daughter.
Even enemies are included in that list.
All right, thank you. Okay, see.
Yeah, so actually, when you mentioned enemies or people that you have aversions to, is exactly what this this discussion brought light to me, because we've been practicing we've been having the compassion community pantry at the Chuon Temple, where we share vegetables and food and clothing to the surrounding barangay who are indigent, who can barely make it through the pandemic. I formed this community. I helped one of non-devotee, so she's from Theosophical Society of the Philippines, Cebu chapter, and so I worked with her and we did a community punch together. And somehow I developed an aversion towards her because it seemed that she wasn't respecting the rules of the temple. And for example, after we do the practice of generosity in giving to the needy, she would ask Sifu, ask actually not Sifu, but asked the president of Blia Cebu to extend to if she could use if she could do an exercise. What is it called? Kalimasada. If she wanted to do Kalimasada after we did the community pantry. And of course, we know that this is not allowed because I was explaining to her that even among us devotees, we're not even allowed to do the group meditation, the Tai Chi, and all other temple activities have been suspended because of the pandemic. And so, although I've been trying to explain it to her, she doesn't seem to respect what I was trying to tell her, and she would insist. So we would be put in a corner. The Sifu here in Cebu would be put in a corner, like she would be compromised. But Sheila would ask permission, but I don't know. I don't know if she was permitted, but she's when but anyway, I don't think she was permitted. But she would still continue to request for unnecessary things. So I was trying to explain to her that the practice of generosity is already enough. The other things are not necessary, like eating after the community pantry, after sharing the vegetables. We don't need to stay on and eat, and because she likes that. She likes to have the like a party, which is it's really not allowed, right? So I've had the hardest time trying to tell her that, and almost lost my wits to explain to her that this is not allowed at the temple, because I don't think she belongs to any temple. She's from another group, and maybe she has initially I thought she has issues with obedience and following rules. So I didn't know how to make her follow. So I developed an aversion towards her. And then reading this now, so if you don't see the difference, particularly the part where it says that everybody is subject to the causes and conditions, and there is no difference between her and me. There's no difference between um, um, Mount Semeru and a grain of rice, because the grain of rice is as great as Mount Semeru, considering that the causes and conditions that came together for it to exist as a grain of rice is just as great as Mount Semeru. So there's no duality, no what was it?
Discriminating.
Discrimination, right? Thank you for. So what I was actually doing, I realized, was discriminating her and having that judgmental mind of thinking that, oh, she's in the dark, she's 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 ignorant. So by doing that, I was actually putting walls which shouldn't be there in the first place. And now that this going through this one is many, many is one, it says there are no walls because everyone is interconnected. Each person is connected to one another. And so regardless of her being an outsider, she still is an insider. You know, she has. So what is it that I learned from the reading? And because before this happened Friday. Oh, sorry, last Friday. And then Tuesday, yesterday, we had the pantry again, and I saw her, and I was able to talk to her already yesterday. Somehow I managed to lessen the aversion without even because I read the readings just a few hours before we started the session. But I figured it out. I guess I figured it out yesterday because I was already able to talk to her and see her in a way that opened my heart, so that I could accept her shortcomings or her failure to see how to see what her actions would bring to me as an advisor and to the Sifu who would be compromised. So what was it that caused me to talk to her? It's just realizing that she herself has the Buddha nature. So she's no different from what I am. So maybe the awareness that I have the Buddha nature and cultivating it. So the community pantry is cultivation of my field of merit, and I was trying to explain it to her that, but of course it takes a while for somebody who's not familiar with the concept to understand. But I saw that what's common is the seed of thusness, the Buddha nature that's within me and within her. So when I realized that, I was able to talk to her, and the aversion slowly went away. And now reading this, I'm able to understand that that Buddha nature exists in all phenomena and all sentient beings. So there's no use to discriminate, no need to fight, no need to um, no need to
prove who is right or wrong.
Exactly. No need to find faults, no need to prove who's right or wrong, because everyone is subject to causes and conditions. And as it says, when the conditions arise, we come together. So because of the community pantry, I was able to meet this woman, and she's actually very generous of her time and her efforts to be able to share with the needy who's the surrounding barangay. And also, so that's what I wanted to share, that no need to discriminate. And as soon as you open your heart, realizing that everyone has a Buddha nature in them, regardless of whether they realize it or not realize it yet, it's enough. And it will bring down walls that you build in your mind and in your heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. Thanks for your sharing. So I think you already learned a very important lesson, and I believe you can feel that, oh, okay, your cultivation one level up, right? After you discover that's the truth, or the how you overcome this situation. Right. Thank you. Congratulations. Who else would like to share?
Sure, Fuji-san.
Ji Xiang, Amin.
And good evening, everyone. So when I read this article, it was actually pretty much straightforward and simple, which, I just realized right now that saying that one is one, what's that? One is many, many are one, is talking about our mind. It's more of our mind can have a lot of thoughts at the present moment. But also at the present moment, if we decide to live at the present moment, many thoughts can become one, and our mind is also peaceful if we live in the present. So I was thinking of a concrete example. For example, I am hungry right now. So I am thinking of vegetarian hot pot, vegetarian barbecue, vegetarian anything vegetarian. So I want to eat this and that. Maybe I might have 5 food choices in my mind. But that's a lot. One is many, there's a lot. But all of this many food choices that's in my mind, even if I only have one of that right now at the present moment, if I take that, all of those 5 food choices will not matter anymore because my hunger was sufficed already. I became full already. So the many food choices, eating at the present moment, made me realize the peaceful nature of my mind. That's it. Yeah.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you, Amir. Okay. Who else would like to share? Okay, let's go to the next. Okay. If we have the dichotomous and the discriminating views, will our life be in trouble, and why? Yeah, just now, I think CE and others members, they share a bit. How about others who never open or unmute yourself and share before? If we have these dichotomous and discriminating views, will our life be in trouble, and why?
Luisa.
Yes. At this moment, what is happening in the world, we have so many discriminating views. But speaking about one and many, we are in one word. The one word is composed of many nations. So one is equals to many, and many, the whole nations, different nations is equal to one word. We are one word, right? So many discriminations, and that's racial discriminations, ignorance, out of ignorance, cause our suffering for all the countries, right? Not just one country is affected, but the whole world is also affected.
Thank you, Gracia.
Mm.
Anyone else would like to share?
May I share? Yeah, just adding on to what Louisa has said about the COVID situation, I think that there are some nations that still have the mindset of win, lose. If I win, I have more vaccine, yeah, I will, then you get to lose. But actually the correct mindset, right? So this is discriminatory thoughts, which is very dangerous because everybody in the world needs to be vaccinated to keep everyone safe. If one person is not safe, right, everyone is not safe as well. But then there are still some, they say, okay, I must win. Okay, because if you win, I will lose. But actually, by right, we should think win. Yeah.
All right, thank
Yes,
you.
win-win situation.
Win-win
It should be a win-win. Your lose is my lose also.
Correct, correct. Yeah. Okay. Who else would like to share? Were we in trouble, and why? Any examples or experience would like to share? Okay, let me share one examples. Yeah. So what we did in Malaysia when the pandemic outbreak, this COVID-19, in the early of March or in around February happened, not last year in China, right? Wuhan. And at that time, that was a very critical situation in our branches or our branch temple, 大觉寺, in China. They sent us a SOS signal or request that they short of masks and PPE. But at that time in Malaysia, we are still celebrating our Chinese New Year in February. Yeah. So without any delay, as soon as we got the message from China, our chief abbess Venerable Jue Chen, started to buy and source for the mask all around Malaysia, all the stock. At that time, actually, the masks have plenty and the surplus of this the stock because we seldom use it. So she able to get it from the manufacturer and arrange the transportation, sent over to 大觉寺. Take up one plane cargo. You know how much is it? Wayne, do you remember our first batch?
Yes, yes, I remember, Venerable. During New Year, we went back to pack the mask.
Pack the mask in Dongzhen Temple.
Yes.
Day and night. Do you still remember how much we sent over?
Can't exactly remember the quantity already, but it was like in many thousands, 50,000 or something like that.
Ringgit.
Yeah.
Ringgit. So we cater the whole plane cargo, send it over. But at that time, what happened, Lilian? The public complained and point finger to us, saying that our Malaysia, why never take care of Malaysian? Don't then transfer all the money to overseas. Yeah. And we need masks as well in Malaysia. Of course, when we arrange everything and the news really reported and broadcasted in our TV and the newspaper, so then people know that. But that time we already completed the whole process. But the people, because Malaysia started in very getting serious, the pandemic become the pandemic in Malaysia already, and our country locked down on the 18th of March, right? But we have done all the delivery and the support in early of March. During the Chinese New Year and the final batch and send it over early of March. So at that time, many people complained about us. So this is what? Discrimination, right? They discriminate Malaysia and China. But what happened when it's in around April or May, when Malaysia in very critical condition at that time, don't compare now, right? Now I don't consider very critical, because the production in China during the pandemic, they already closed down, so they need to source from the overseas. So overseas send it over when they, after 3 months, right? After 3 months, their country locked down all the production and their daily life back to the new normal already. So they started producing the mask and the PPE. So Variable Jeton, yeah, just put a request. Can you send back to us? So the supply back to us, and we receive even more than what we sent.
Yes.
Yeah. So our heart, we need to embrace, and we need to embrace everything and include the whole universe in all the Dharma realms. So if our heart is big enough, then everything is yours. If our heart is not big enough, so we just enjoy a very limited thing that you think is belong to you or belong to Malaysia. All right. So this is one of our charity work done by Fo Guangshan and also BLIA Malaysia. Lilian is one of the main committee and advisors for our BLIA in Malaysia. So this is in trouble if we have this discrimination, right? Okay, next we move to the next. One is many, many are one. Okay, you are superior and I am inferior. Okay, please share how can you how can you practice this? Yeah, how can you do it? Because we need to embrace and include the whole universe and all Dharma realms. So we must practice, we must do it in our life. One is many, many are one. And we must have this mindset, you are superior and I am inferior. Right? Anyone can share, how can you do it?
I think when the wife talks, the husband lets her talk. That will lessen conflict. What do you think, Erwin?
Agree.
Yes, dear.
I think we can learn from what Venerable Master Hsing Yun always tell us. Start from ourselves. Yeah, we tell ourselves, you are big, I'm small. You have, I don't have. Yeah. So from that perspective, so you have a big bungalow or you have a big building, when it rains, I can always, take shelter under the building, right? So if you have like, surplus of material resources, maybe, you can share with me. I don't have, you have, right? So for say matter of discussion, taking on the discussion just now, I mean, it's unfortunate now that the situation in Taiwan, right? Everybody know, right? The short of vaccine, right? And there are so many organizations that wanted to contribute the vaccine, yeah, of which Fo Guangshan is one of them, but there are many, many others, Tzu Chi also, many organizations. But now it looks as if, the whole country is divided, dichotomy, right? Yeah. So, it's like divided between the government, and the people, right? So why can't, the government best look at the whole situation and embrace the donors of the vaccine and work out a solution, right, for the good of everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That's why they are in trouble. They insist want to use their own country products.
Yeah, I mean, it's most unfortunate at this point in time, but I think it's a matter of time before they can resolve this. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? And share, please. I can
I have a
see.
question.
Yeah, please.
For example, like your example where people complain, the master did something supposedly is something good, right? But yet people see it negatively and they complain about it. How do we react to those people, Sapo?
Sorry, how to?
How do we react or how do we respond to those kind of situation?
Well, sometimes silence is golden. At that time, actually, we are very busy doing. After send off this mask, we need to take care our own. We import and buy from. I think we source from Singapore as well at that time, but Singapore don't have enough, and we got it from Indonesia. We have some source. I'm not sure finally where did we get from, but internally from Malaysia, we will still have able to get the stock from Malaysia, and later on from China if it is about the mask and PPE. At the same time, we are very busy in doing what? Lilian, do you still remember?
Doing charity and distribution of essentials to the community and all the welfare institutions.
Yeah,
because suddenly there was a lockdown.
Food, right?
Yeah,
relief, and also after that when the MCO the lockdown lifted for a while, right? Immediately what we do, the scholarship, right?
Yes, the financial scholarship for the schools, for students, for students.
Yes, so we actually all these things we never stop. Yeah, one after another.
Yeah.
So sometimes we don't need to respond that whatever is what Buddha's taught, what is pure and beauty, and what is our what human needs. Yeah, so this is a humanistic Buddhism. Yeah, so we must do it. Yeah, without any hesitation.
Thank you, Sapo.
Okay, thank you, Irvin. Thanks for your question. So anyone would like to share? One is many, many are one. And you are superior and I am inferior. Please share how can you do it? How can you do it? It is easier said than action.
Shifu, maybe...
Sorry, it's okay. No,
okay,
it's
so,
okay. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay,
so,
James, please, and then Patty next.
Okay, Shifu, so myself is on a very small scale. I believe in the Chinese saying, 三人行必有我师. So basically, whoever is around us, we have always things to learn from them. So they are good in certain things, always look at their strength and then reflect on ourselves to see how we can learn from others. Because everybody's condition and knowledge is different. Don't look at their shortcoming because everybody has shortcoming. We have even more shortcomings than others. So always try to see what are they good at. My generosity not as good as his. How can I learn? For example, if he's very, very hardworking, more diligent, then we strive to be a better person. So for me, like I say, it's just a very small skill. Try to learn from people around, look at their strength and learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James. Thank you. Patty?
Yes, for Amitofo.
Amitofo.
Let me just share a joke. It's about, maybe it's a bit related to one is many, many is one. Usually we will find very common in husband and wife, arguing, I'm superior, I'm the superior in the family, or who is the superior in the family, the husband or the wife? That's always the case, right? So I saw a very nice joke. Someone, asking a couple, telling the husband, if you are the head of the family, then what is your wife? The husband, I don't know if he's a Buddhist or not, but he answered very wittingly. He said, yes, I'm the head of the family, but my wife is the neck. It's the neck that's directing the head where the position is. So husband and wife is one. Husband is the head, wife is the neck. So husband and wife, one is many, many is one. Is it related? But I think it's a very nice joke.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good.
They need each other. They need each other.
Yes. So in a family, I think husband and wife is one. There's no superior, no inferior.
Yes.
Thank you, Sư Phụ Amitofo.
Thank you. Thank you. Well said. Okay. Anyone else?
Hello.
Amin.
And everybody. I think one word is coming out in my mind right now. It's unity. Yeah, this word is coming out right now because many are one. So it's more of whenever we deal with other people, we don't need to highlight the differences, because instead of doing that, we should always look for something that can unite us, because there will always be something that can unite people. It's just that most of the time we highlight the different because it's easier to point out what's different than to search for what is common. So I think establishing a common ground with people will help us become united. Nobody's inferior or superior because we found a common ground. We are all standing at the same, on the same ground. And being superior or inferior doesn't matter anymore. And when we do that, there comes unity. One is many, many are one, many are one. Yep, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, very well. Because we have the difference in terms of maybe function, role, or responsibilities, but all of us are the Buddha to be. Yeah, we have the Buddha nature, so we must respect each other. But of course, like the dichotomous or the discrimination, what we mentioned just now, is at the first place, if we think, yeah, we put ourselves in their shoes, so we don't have that kind of discrimination and we against each other. So we will always think, if I were her, what will I feel? Okay, what will I thought and what will I do? So that is, you are me and I am you. Yeah. So we can reduce and avoid the miscommunication or the discrimination. Right. Okay. Last question. From a speck of dust to see the trichiroism, how shall we start practicing in life? How can we start it? Something practical. Yeah. A very small thing will do. How shall we start to practice this? Like a grain of rice as big as Mount Sumeru. Yeah, we must view like this.
Shifu, yeah. I think it's more of like, for me, it's a small act of kindness can go a long way. That's it.
How do you practice kindness, for example?
For example, wow, Oh my gosh, Shifa, I was shocked with the follow-up question. But if we have an opportunity to serve other people, then let's serve them. And by serving other people, we'll never know whose lives will be touched by these people we're serving. And compassion and love goes on. It doesn't stop. So a small act of kindness, like a speck of dust, can be as great as Mount Sumeru. We'll never know how it is magnified or it's done forward. Yep.
Thank you, thank you. So this is because of the causes and conditions, right? Like the snowball. Yeah. It will getting bigger and bigger. Thank you. Luisa?
A simple act like being a vegetarian or
Mhm.
vegan, if we do it, start with us, then the effect is how many waters will be, saved by not because of animal agriculture, and also how many tons of trees will be saved if you are vegetarian. So if one can do that and more people can do that, and the effect is, we cannot imagine the effect, right? So that's one. It comes. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you, Luisa. Anyone else?
师傅, yeah.
Yes, Hua. And Jeremy, you're next.
Okay, maybe before eating any food, any meals, right? Just contemplate on the causes and conditions that allow the food to be brought to me. Yeah. So even if the dinner, right, is not some sumptuous dishes, but just plain bajang. Yesterday I had really plain bajang dumpling. Yeah, but when you think of what makes this food, right, comes about, it tastes so delicious. So everything can be so delicious. So just have always a heart of gratitude, yeah, for every food that you will receive.
Thank you. So we feel grateful, right? Grateful. And also, Amir said, we thanks for the delivery for Grab Food and Food Panda driver. Yes. So without them, we can't get food that we wanted, right? Okay. Risa? Oh, not able to have veggie bajang. Why?
I miss the matchang of Mabuhay Temple, the vegetarian matchang. This year they don't have it.
Oh, okay. Because of the pandemic.
Yes. Our volunteers every year they prepare vegetarian matchang. So vegetarian. So it's so delicious that people order from different parts of Manila. They order lots of it, but this year we don't have it for the safety of our volunteers.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you. How about Singapore? Every year we have vegetarian bajang. Herman?
Sorry, I didn't. Okay. I think, yes, we have it in Singapore, but we are so up because of the COVID-19. Actually, we are not allowed to have dining in, in our tea house. So actually, a lot of people, they ordered to be take away, the bajang, vegetarian bajang. Yeah. So I think, yeah, but it takes a lot of work to do that. I saw all the volunteers, doing it in our kitchen, a lot of work.
Yeah. But we always happy to do that, because this is our normal or regular event.
Yeah, next year, if the situation still prolongs and Philippines don't have, you can place your order from Singapore.
So Philippines can place your order from Singapore.
I think Malaysia likewise also.
Yes, we do. We have this bajang delivery service. But I'm afraid food is not allowed to export
Yeah, not to
We can
Singapore.
use drone from Singapore, then to deliver to Manila via Pocum Express.
Phú Quang Express.
Popcorn.
Can. Our ancestry every year have a very good ba zhang. And I will tell Venerable Yuling, ask Venerable Yuling to make own ba zhang. She's Malaysian, right? So she should know, I think. Yeah. Oh, quite a numbers of Malaysian Venerable in Philippines.
Yeah.
So maybe they can call back to home and ask their mom and demonstrate through Zoom. Okay, who else would like to share?
Mitopa Master.
Yes.
How we consider about the speck of dust and as created the Mount Simura? I think that in our part, how we practice as Buddhists is we just keep on doing as much good as we can. Continue on the doing the thinking good thoughts, saying good words, and doing all good things. There are a lot of things that we can do good even without costing us anything. Doesn't really cost anything. A simple smile to somebody or to comfort somebody. It's like we're like a candle. If I give a candle my light to somebody, my candle doesn't become less. It becomes dimmer. It still bright, stays the same. But at the same time, I already had shared my light with somebody else, and as this keep on spreading out, the light grows, but my own light doesn't even grow smaller because. And that's how I think that how we can continue on keep on doing good things as much as we can, because not a lot of good things they even cost anything at all. It's just the simple things that you can do, and with kindness and compassion to others.
Yes, thank you. Well said. That's why you can see Venerable Master Xing Yun summarize everything under the three acts of goodness. So as long as you practice three acts of goodness, so you can have all these so-called cultivation at once. And I'm just feel very hungry now. We shall wrap up our session. Oh, Zhang with free vaccine. I'm not sure. What is the situation in Philippines? Do you started?
Yeah,
for the
vaccination shift was started already. And yeah, and up to now they are starting to give vaccines to A4, those who are frontline workers already. Yeah. But I registered for the vaccine last month. Until now, it's still a registration.
Okay, you need to wait until your turn because young people will be the last.
Yes. Yeah. Many are one.
So is it free?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
From the government, I think. Yeah.
Okay, must go and take the vaccine because some quite numbers of people they are still very hesitate to take the vaccine due to the risk or whatever news that they receive, hearsay or false information from online. Yeah. So
I think Singapore are fortunate in that sense. I think because now the government is giving the vaccination to school children already. Yeah.
Oh.
And for the
Wow.
old folks, they don't have to go online to pre-book. They can just walk into any vaccination center and they'll be vaccinated. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
We are all still queuing. Not our turn yet.
No, Singapore as a country, our population is only 5.5 million. Yeah, unlike Malaysia, unlike Philippines, is so many times bigger.
Yeah, true.
I think the
Also the cases,
managing part of it, yeah, it's quite challenging.
yeah, the cases in schools is the highest, now increasing. So because they're back to the school already, so this is school is a high risk area. They reported the cases in school is increasing. All right. Okay, last. What have you learned from this article? Maybe 1 or 2 sentences, everyone, please.
We are one.
Okay. Somebody call for the next.
For the next, okay. Mr. Gek Hua.
Think win-win.
Win-win. All right.
Okay, Brother James.
Be grateful to whatever we have. Everything is similar, all from cause and condition. All right. How about Brother Amil?
Hungry.
Hungry. Let's okay. Let's find ways on how to stay united with other people. Yep.
Next.
Auntie Luisa.
One is all and all is one.
Next.
Oj.
Okay, so everyone has Buddha nature, so you have all the chance to practice humanistic Buddhism with every person that you meet, regardless of religion, regardless of sex, gender, and cultivation. So I'd like to repeat what Venerable Master Xing wrote in the book. One must be thankful for the causes and conditions that make one who they are today, because you're human. Then you can practice. Do not waste causes and conditions of becoming a human being. Cherish, seize, and create them for oneself. And most importantly, create them for others. And these are the essential practices of Buddhism.
Thank you. Very good, Dulce. Next. Koadim. OJ.
Erwin. Okay.
Me, appreciate everyone. No matter what they do.
Okay.
Steph?
We are all interconnected.
Oh, very good.
Like what Gekwa said about vaccination, right? Yeah. So I mean about if you want to get ahead, you win, you want to get vaccinated, but actually everyone needs to get vaccinated for the virus to stop spreading, right? Yeah.
Call the next one.
Auntie Betty.
Amitofo, everybody. Let your mind embrace the whole universe, vast emptiness, and therefore you will have a boundless mind, boundless compassion, and boundless tolerance, and boundless joy. Thank you, Amitofo.
Thank you. Call one next.
Cheerio.
Something wrong with your mic, we cannot hear.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, very soft.
Okay. First, I'd be ashamed that when all of you are talking about the vegetarian, to say that we're still eating. We're always arguing about that.
Now we can hear.
The dog barking.
The dog is telling us something. I think the dog is making sense.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. I just want to say that I feel so ashamed because all of you are already as soon as a vegetarian. But we're still not. We're still eating meat until today. That's my guilty point. I learned a lot about Buddhism. I'm always curious about who's the real God. I myself, I feel like I'm in the boat now. Sometimes I'm in the right and the left, or like that. Don't know what to go. But when I hear you all guys, I feel so much calm. I hope I really will truly understand what is the real meaning or teaching about the Buddha. As of now, my learning is don't discriminate anyone else. Listen, if you want someone to look you good or in a positive way, you have to do the same way to other people.
All right, thank you, Sherry. So vegetarian and no discrimination. So are your dogs vegetarian? They seem like quite responsive. Cheryl, can you call one name, please?
What again?
Again?
What you said?
Call someone. I think.
Call someone. Sorry.
Who's left? Lilian and Jerome. Jerome, are you done? I think both of them.
Okay. Okay. Shall I start first? Okay.
Yes.
My thought resonates with Sister Betty just now. Magnanimous heart and mind will embrace the vast emptiness, will embrace the vast world.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Call next.
Next, Jerome, is it? Jerome?
I think I'm maybe the last one, am I?
Yeah.
Okay, from today's lessons, I believe what I learned is basically we don't look at no matter how small of good deeds that we can do, but we can try to do as much as what we can do. We keep on doing the three kinds of goodness, 3 acts of goodness, and then also never get tired of continually creating good affinity with others. Thank you.
Let's call next. We still have quite numbers like Sari, Jeanette, Casey, Jenny, Audrey, Lydia.
Sally?
Sally.
Oh. Or how about Wayne? Okay. I'm going through the list already. Casey. Okay, Wayne can speak right now. Okay. How about Casey? Paul.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I can't put on video. I'm in the office. So yeah, I came in late, about 8:10 today, but I was able to catch up on the reading and listen to everyone's sharing, and really learned a lot today. What my takeaway for today was like, one is many, meaning whatever I do to others, I'm also doing it to myself. I need to remind myself that whatever I do, whatever I think, whatever I say, about others, what I think about others, what I do to others, I also do it to myself, because we are one. uh, we are we are all sentient beings, like what the great Katasiharbag Bodhisattva do. Like he stay in hell to help everyone in hell. He vowed not to, if not wrong, it was Katasiharbag. He vowed to stay in hell because he knows that we are not out of this system unless everyone is out of the system. Unless every sentient being is out of hell, then we are not out of hell, actually. So that's what my takeaway for today is. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you call name, please?
I see Audrey. Was it Audrey? I see Audrey. Was it Audrey?
Yes, Audrey.
Yeah, Audrey.
No. Maybe another one.
Okay, I see Janet.
Cannot hear you, Janet. You're unmute, but we cannot hear you. Maybe there's something wrong with the mic.
Still can't hear you, Janet. Maybe you can type. You read
Yeah, the comment
it up
earlier, it's way up already.
Okay. While we are waiting, can you call the next person?
Wait, how about Jessica?
Jessica, are you here?
Or maybe anyone who wants to na lang.
We still have Jenny, Casey, Rira. Are you here?
So here's one of the comment of Janet. Another example is citizens vote for one leader. One leader proves his worth and makes other cities recognize him. So example is Mayor Esco Moreno of Manila. So many equals one and one equals many.
All right, thank you. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, Jenna say, be generous. If you can give love, right? Gratitude, thankful for all the resources and conditions that makes life better. Thank you. Well said. Good. All right. Shall we end our session today?
Yes.
By transferring the merits.
Okay.
Okay, please join palms. Yeah, let's read together. Then kindness.
Thank you, Safo. Thank you,
Thank you very
everyone.
much. Thank you, Erwin. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Oh, wait.
Teacher.
Turn on your videos. I almost forgot.
Group photo session, right?
Yes.
Sorry, no videos here.
Okay. Ready? 1,
I
2.
think you need to stop sharing your
Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Then lotus flower. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Thank
you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Sifu. Good
Thank you
night.
so much. Thank you,
you.
Chef
Thank you,
Foodie,
everybody.
everyone.
Good night.
Everyone, good night.
Stay safe and stay
감사합니다.
healthy. Yeah.
Keep safe, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care.
안녕.
Okay.
Bye.
안녕. Nếu you watch Korean drama, huh?
Every night, Chef, I don't sleep.
You don't sleep.
Yes, bye.
Okay.